he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven.
Locusts have begun the plague of Egypt.
Talk to people out here that says it's never happened through their lifetime. Old men, elder men. Now you see it's happening. This is biblical prophecy. Those in the truth know and have understanding what this means in the land of Israel.
There are similar reports from other communities. No one knows why these animals died.
Orange County Humane Society is investigating the death of 200 cattle.
The cattle were discovered on a farm field on 4th Street in Amherst. Today, the bodies were taken out in semi.
And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth. These are the 2 olive trees and the 2 candlesticks standing before the God of the earth. And if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth, and devoureth their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. These have power to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy, and have power over waters to turn them to blood, and to smite the earth with all plagues as often as they will.
Swarms of locusts have been seen in several districts of Cairo on Saturday, March 2, 2013. Swarms also were earlier reported to have reached Egypt's Red Sea city of Zafarana, some 200 kilometers from Cairo, and then the upper Egyptian city of Kenna, where locusts appeared in at least 3 major villages. Deuteronomy 28:38. Thou shalt carry much seed out into the field, and shalt gather but little in, for the locust shall consume it.
The Lord said unto Moses, Stretch out thine hand over the land of Egypt for the locusts. They may come up upon the land of Egypt, and eat every herb of the land, even all that the hail hath left. Moses stretched forth his rod over the land of Egypt. The Lord brought an east wind upon the land all that day and all that night. And when it was morning, the east wind brought locusts. The locusts went up over all the land of Egypt, and rested in all the coasts of Egypt. Very grievous were they. Before them there were no such locusts as they, neither after them shall be such. They covered the face of the whole earth, so that the land was darkened. They did eat every herb of the land, and all the fruit of the trees which the hail had left. And there remained not any green thing in the trees, and the herbs of the field throughout all the land of Egypt.
This is your boy Free in Egypt. And anybody trying to come here is wrong. It's not the place to be. If you look, this is locusts flying throughout the air in Egypt. This hasn't happened. I've talked to people out here and they say this never happened through their lifetime. Old men, elder men. Now you see it's happening. This is biblical prophecy. And look at this. Look at this. This is happening all throughout Egypt. The Most High is bringing the signs as he said he would do. Do not come here. There's so many signs that's taking place. This place will be hammered by the Most High. I'm telling you people right now, do not come here. We made a big mistake coming here. I just want you to take a look when I say biblical prophecy is at hand. None of the generations that's been here, the people I've talked to, they say they never saw this. Elderly men say they had never seen this in their lifetime.
We came here looking for a subject that we had an arrest warrant for. Obviously, we didn't find it.
The Patriot Act
permits federal agents to write their own search warrants.
Roving wiretaps without having to identify the person.
Many Americans are being monitored.
The FBI monitoring young children.
Authorizes surveillance by suspicion, monitoring citizens not linked to any terrorist groups.
I don't think the Patriot Act would have been passed if it would have been called Repeal the Fourth Amendment Act.
Fourth Amendment, gone.
Do you want to have the government have the ability to send you to Guantanamo Bay?
The National Defense Authorization Act
gives the military the power to indefinitely detain American citizens
without trial.
Suspected, not convicted.
When they say, I want my lawyer, you tell them, shut up.
Officially declares the United States a battleground.
It designates the world as the battlefield, including the homeland.
Sixth Amendment, gone.
There is absolutely never a reason to give up 1 ounce of freedom for the sake of security. It won't work.
I, Barack Hussein Obama, will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. So help me God.
My administration will not authorize the indefinite military detention. President Obama, on New Year's Eve, signed the National Defense Authorization Act.
No more national security letters to spy on citizens who are not suspected of a crime.
President Obama signed into law a 4-year extension of the Patriot Act.
Drones that Congress you love so much just passed a bill which the president is expected to sign into law. Drone aircraft for use in American airspace by the year 2015. The agency officials say 30,000 of them.
They can be used for surveillance to establish daily routine.
From the moment that you walk out of your home in the morning until you return at night, your every movement will be tracked by this unseen eye in the sky.
Governor Romney, as president, would you have signed the National Defense Act?
Yes, I would have, and I do believe that it's appropriate.
I think you want to use every tool that you can possibly use. The Patriot Act has clearly been a key part of that. All of us will be in danger for the rest of our lives.
There is no such society that I'm aware of where we've had radical individualism and that it succeeds as a culture.
There is such a society. It's called the United States of America.
This idea that people should be left alone, be able to do whatever they want to do. Government should keep our taxes down and keep our regulation low, and that we shouldn't get involved in the bedroom. We shouldn't get involved in cultural issues. That is not how traditional conservatives view the world.
They want you to believe that patriotism means that you support everything the government wants. A true patriot defends liberty and the people.
Politicians are politicians, but Ron Paul is a human being, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah!
He's one of us, not one of them.
And the people know that the system we have is not working.
We're back now with the puzzling story of a massive kill of wildlife in the state of Arkansas. Birds falling out of the sky, the result of some sort of trauma, and fish found dead in the water. Thousands of them in separate incidents in the same state.
They rained down on a small Arkansas town like a scene from a horror movie.
thousands of dead blackbirds on front lawns, and so many in the street, drivers could barely avoid them.
Dead drumfish are now littering a 20-mile section of the Arkansas River near Ozark.
And adding to the mystery, a massive fish kill also here in Arkansas, just one day earlier. As many as 100,000 drumfish dead along a 20-mile stretch of the Arkansas River. It's 100 miles from the dead birds.
Back now to our top story, a terrible mystery gripping the world right now. Birds, fish, and all kinds of creatures just dropping dead in huge numbers for what seems like no reason.
Hundreds of dead seals in Labrador. These seals washed up around Hopedale. There are similar reports from other communities.
Orange County Humane Society is investigating the death of 200 cows.
The cattle were discovered on a farm field on 4th Street in Amherst. Today, the bodies were taken out in semi-loads to be disposed of.
Authorities in northern Italy say more than 1,000 turtle doves have dropped dead over the past 5 days. It's the latest in a series of unexplained sudden death incidents affecting creatures in the sky and underwater. 8,000 dead turtle doves in Italy. Hundreds of birds dead in Rockwell, Texas. 500 red-winged blackbirds in Louisiana. 100 birds in Sweden. 3,000 dead red-winged blackbirds in Arkansas. Several hundred dead in Kentucky. On the fish, several hundred snapperfish in New Zealand. Thousands of dead fish in Florida. 40,000 devil crabs in the UK. 80,000 drumfish in Arkansas. 2 million spot croakers in Maryland in the last 2 weeks.
Well, thousands of fish are dead at the mouth of a shipping channel, as well as a dead whale that was reported in Venice today. The species include crabs, stingrays, eel, drum, speckled trouts, and redfish.
In the UK, 40,000 velvet crabs littered the coast. Brazil, 100 tons of lifeless fish floated. And in Sweden, jackdaws fell in the dead of the night. Across the world, the bizarre phenomena of creatures raining down or washing up on shore has mystified scientists.
The video you're about to see is not a gravel road. Those are the dead fish.
200 dead cows in Wisconsin and 7,000 dead buffalo in Vietnam. What is happening?
I think the media is, by and large, not blowing it out of proportion. They're actually underestimating how serious it is.
Residents in China's southwestern megacity of Chongqing have been puzzled by this strange sight this week. These images of the Yangtze River, the longest in China, have been surfacing since Wednesday.
very unique. I pray the Lord would so to take it.
talked to people out here that said this never happened through their lifetime. Old men, elder men. Now you see it's happening. This is biblical prophecy. Those in the truth know and have understanding what this means in the land of Israel.
There are similar reports from other communities. No one knows why these animals died.
Orange County Humane Society is investigating the death of 200 cows.
The cattle were discovered on a farm field on 4th Street in Amherst. Today, the bodies were taken out in semi-loads.